Yo, Vinsonte here. So in this video, I want to do a tips video. I want to share what I learned while playing the final test beta, as well as talking with chat and learning things from them as well. So when June 5th happens and the game officially launches, we can rush through and get as high as we can possibly can, right? Tip number one, gem management. So I would say you want to save your gems for refreshing your stamina, so you push content, because there are points where you can get level locked in the story, and then in order to just to do other levels and stuff like that, you need to beat that certain story or get a certain level. So I would suggest you save your gem not for pulls, but for stamina refreshes. So I would say a good rule would be, if you have maybe 7, it's okay to use some of your gems, like 300, just to do the pulls. And then if you have less than 7, I would say I would save them. And that's why I have a lot, so I can keep running it if I want to. And then if you have the time, do max refreshes so you can push all through these milestones and humps. You get so many pulls from the events and in-game systems and stuff like that. So they have these charters that always give you like pulls, and even the story levels, the chests and stuff give you pulls. All right, tip number 2, beat at least everything once. Clear everything at least once. You'll see here you have some indicators, right? And then sometimes there'll be a new option on here and it'll show up new. Clear at least once, because then clearing this will give you like gems and pulls, right? It's kind of intuitive, like if you play other gachas, but I'm just gonna throw it out here as the second tip. The third tip is, don't worry about 3-starring the levels and whatnot. 3-starring a stage just give you more continuous battle, so you can do 10 if you 3-star. I feel like, let's see, let me find one that I have like 2-star here. 2-star. If you do it in max 8, I have a 1-star somewhere. 1-star, you get 5. It's not a big deal, especially if you're just on your phone running stuff, because you just run it in the background most of the time for continuous battle. So you run that 5 and you just come back and then just continue. You're limited by stamina anyway, so it is what it is. Tip number 4, when you're like needing to jump to the extra stage or level and you don't know what to run, use the continuous battle, especially on investigation. You're gonna need a lot of EXP to upgrade here. So like if you go here, continuous, you just run it and then put it in the background. There's a button here when you start it, and you can just put it in the background and run something else and do 2 for 1. And the reason why is that when you actually max something out, there's a star upgrade, right? And use these prints, it will push them back to level 1, but it'll have more stats than it was like level 40. But you need a lot of EXP to climb from like 1 to 45, so that is the next priority if you don't know what to run. Tip number 5, you want to be kind of conservative, especially in the beginning, to only use your coins to upgrade modules to around 6 or 9, unless they're your main DPS. Then you want to go 15, especially for crit rate and crit damage. While being frugal on coins, I also want to talk about being frugal on farming shells. You don't want to over farm your shells in the early game, because you're going to be changing them so often as you're progressing. Like I would say, probably don't over farm too much. Just get like your main matrix stat, like attack or speed in the beginning, and then maybe once you get to the 3rd stage, you unlock dual matrices. So you can have both like attack or speed or attack and harvest. So that's when you kind of want to start farming it, but you still don't want to over farm it, because then eventually you're gonna get through these harder stages, right? You get the epic ones. Each one kind of like an increase for the previous one in a way, or they like change up the stuff like this for supporters. So just don't over farm them too much and don't level them too much, because you're gonna end up replacing it. And you can just sell your old ones though, but it's like 40% back. If you go and shell and replace and recycle, you get some money back, but it's not, you're gonna be losing out overall if you keep doing that. Tip number 7, pick a strong starter SSR. So you get a selector in the beginning of the banner, like 40 pulls, and you get to select one of them. Here's some options from some good starters that I heard or used or know of. So Tiamat, very solid all-rounder character, can pretty much do a lot of things. She could taunt, so then they end up having to do the basic attack and not the ult or whatever. You can put shields on people and give regen, right? And then when everyone gets hit, she can turn into the Mother Demon form, and then that can AoE hit everything. So she's like a DPS. She can heal, like a sub support, and she can do taunt. Very good, very solid. A lot of top picks, probably my personal pick. There are some other ones like Hell Kid. Hell Kid's good with stun, solid DPS with shield, giving shield to your team as well. I think it scales on attack. Very good, very solid. And we also have Rahu with skill on defense. Okay, and put defense down. Very solid character with AoE. And the last one I heard of is Borgny. Can strip buffs and also get a lot of HP from your attack. Very solid character. A lot of people talking about him. Those are my 4 solid picks that I know of. Let me know what you guys think of just strong starters. Like I'm thinking maybe Rosa, but you gotta build crit, and you don't have that luxury in the beginning of the game. Good later though. Moving on to number 8, we're gonna move on to pulls. And in the shop, we have discounted pulls and the weekly packs. So we got the free one, give you stamina, and this is 10 pulls, which cost originally 10,000. This cost 800. So make sure to get this. And this one is the light and dark. Yes, it's more expensive, but it's still discounted. So the light and dark 5 summons, I would still pull. Like if you didn't know, doing 10 singles and doing a 10 pull, it's the same thing. It doesn't matter. So you can just do 5 singles right there. Hopefully you get lucky like I did in the final test. Tip number 9, I want to go over the turn order. So in the beginning of the game, you get a handful of gems and summoning tickets, these regular purple ones, and I would suggest using it on the 40 summoner tickets first, because the other banners are like 100 pity and you may or may not get SSR. So I would guarantee to at least start a game with SSR and pick one of the starting selector that I mentioned earlier. And then I will go to Fleeting Dream. It uses the same amount of tickets, so the price isn't higher compared to this banner. This banner uses the light and dark banner, like this one too. They're more expensive. So I would suggest going here, getting Freya, because she's a very good supporter. She does buff your team and debuff their team, and also give you like the Purify stack Dream Guide. Very nice. And then after that, I would just go straight into the permanent banner, because you can still get light and dark units here just fine. Lower rate, but still possible. So I would just get in here. It's a lot cheaper. You get more pulls in. The final tip for this video is don't sleep on SR units. They're very viable and good in this game. For example, I'm just gonna name a few. Sandia, right here, very good healer, right? Has passive heals, and then she can like increase the turn order meter of hers, and she has a revive. Okay, we have Kraken for the free CC, very nice. As long as Obol has a stun, and I believe also does buff removal. Right here, Dispel, you can remove buffs off the enemy. And then we have Rin with 60% taunt. If you think somehow didn't want to get Tiamat, we have Rin here. Where is she? Not this one, the other one. She has taunt 2 and attack down. Pretty good, solid tank. And then we have Chikia, which is the very solid support. Buffs the whole team and increase the turn meter a little bit. And Gray, oh my god, Gray can be like your sub DPS or main DPS. You get him, try him out in the beginning of the game, right? When he does this crit rate, he buffs the whole team with crit, and he gets extra turn that you can like defense down them. You don't want to see the power of Gray here. Let me show you. There's one level here with Doki. I still haven't beaten it yet. A nightmare. But I'm just gonna auto it. You can see how ridiculous it is. They have 2 Grays on their team. Probably need to be faster and nuke Gray, but you can see how ridiculous Gray is. You can actually make him pretty good. Yes, this is like one of those boss battle levels, and and they're probably fucked. But damn, that did a lot of damage to my whole team.
我为敌者，终将灭亡。
Freaking does it again. Kill my tank. Yeah.
熄灭。
And gives everyone crit. And they have Rosa. Rosa depends on crit.
着我们。
接受审判吧。
But yeah, I'm not winning this. Hopefully you enjoyed the tip video. I will get stronger and I'll complete this. I have a lot of stamina and stuff to do and grind with investigations. So I'm gonna go do that. Like, comment, subscribe, and I plan to stream this on launch. Probably at the 0th hour. So if you need someone to watch or you want someone to watch, feel free to drop by twitch.tv/Vinsonte. And with that, later days.